Hey guys, today I want to talk about Wi-Fi in the Philippines. You know, there's two main companies here, Converge, PLDT, there's Globe and a few others. But I want to talk about Wi-Fi here because it's important to a lot of people. And let me just say this, Wi-Fi sucks here. I had probably 2 really good years here with Wi-Fi, and now all of a sudden I noticed in the past probably 2 to 3 months that the Wi-Fi is getting really glitchy and crappy. If I go to make a phone call, I keep getting cut off. The Wi-Fi keeps breaking down. I did a live stream the other night. It totally broke down and collapsed on me, and I had to stop the live stream because it was so bad. And I was switching back and forth between 2 different Wi-Fis, 2 different companies, because we have 2 Wi-Fis. One is a backup. Well, the backup was doing the same thing that the other company was doing. It was breaking down and falling apart, and it would drop. So I'd switch and restart up the live stream. But that's part of life here in the Philippines, unfortunately. You kind of need to have a backup for your regular Wi-Fi here if Wi-Fi is very important. Will it come back? I think it may have something to do with China. I'm not 100% sure of that because Converge, and I'm not sure about PLDT. I think that the internet comes from China or whatever, and it's very, very crappy lately. I used to be I could make phone calls, very simple, and some nights it goes through fine. Sometimes I have no problem watching movies. It's when you're doing live streams or you're talking on the phone, it just rots. It's horrible. But I did want to talk about that because I have people calling me asking me about the internet. We even have high speed. We have very high speed internet. And expat Kenny, he has problems with his wires getting knocked down all the time. The wires keep getting taken out because the wires are too low down the street, and they take them out about every 2 or 3 days or something like that. And his Wi-Fi for both his things go down, or one of them goes down. And he has to call the company. They got to come out, fix it, redo it again. And then, a couple days later, it's down again. And they're not even crediting him for all those outages or whatever. These companies, they're kind of nasty because they don't want to give you any breaks. They just want the money, So it's all about the money, unfortunately. But, some people can get away with getting like pocket Wi-Fi. There's also like a high-speed Wi-Fi. If you're near a cell tower, sometimes it's best to get that type of Wi-Fi because they have a big one that mounts on your wall and it looks like it's a regular like router, except it comes from the cell tower, goes to that, and you have to load it obviously, which is okay. But if you live near a cell tower, that might be the best way for you to do it, but it's not going to be good for some TVs, things like that. Will it have issues? Yes, it will on occasion. Okay, it's not going to be perfect, but it's less likely to break down than the other ones. Now, are some areas untouched by these issues? Yes, there's a lot of places that don't have the Wi-Fi issues. They don't have all those issues. And, when you get up into like Makati and places like that, probably it's going to be a little bit better, but some people have told me even up there they have the outages up there. They have Wi-Fi brownouts, I guess you can call it. And the Wi-Fi just goes down to almost nothing. It's still working, but you can't watch movies, you can barely send messages, or it takes a long time to load things or upload things. It's not fun, let's put it that way. And working as a vlogger, I have to switch back and forth between the 2 Wi-Fis that we have. My neighbor has one, she shares it with us, and I'm very happy that we have that, because if we didn't have that, I'd be in trouble as far as vlogging. But I just want people to, I get a lot of questions all the time. Hey, Steve, what about this here? If I start up a store over there, or an Amazon store, or online store, I need to have internet. You'll probably always have internet as long as you have backup. Most people, they move into an area where they have good cell. Okay, and if you have good cell, then what's going to happen is you can use that the Wi-Fi that you can mount on your wall. And I saw one, I think it was at Globe or something like that, or maybe it was Smart. But it's like a regular router, and it gets its data from the cell tower. You do have to load it. It'll take care of your family. It's pretty fast. You can watch movies with it, but it's cheap. It's not that expensive. But if you're doing a lot of stuff on the internet, it's probably not for you, but it's a good backup too. So you can buy unlimited data on some of these plans. You can buy data that doesn't expire. Like you can buy like 10 gigs and it doesn't expire. I actually buy that for my phone, okay, so that I can do a lot of stuff on my phone and it doesn't expire. Like if I'll buy 10 gigs and there's no expiration date on it through Smart. So I like that one there because I can use that for my hotspot or whatever. So also you can do that. You can use your hotspot on your phone. Is it fast? No, it's not that fast. Can you watch movies? Probably you can watch movies. I know when I was back home in the US, I had Metro PCS and I used to use my hotspot and watch movies on my iPad with the hotspot from my phone. And you can kind of do the same thing here. I've watched movies. It doesn't cycle. It doesn't stop and cycle where you see the thing unless you're far away from the cell tower. If you're far away from the cell tower, you're going to start having some issues. But I just want to talk a little bit about that because we're getting a lot of questions about the Wi-Fi. Living in the Philippines, that's part of living in the Philippines is having Wi-Fi issues. And it's probably one of the most frustrating things that you can have here in the Philippines is bad Wi-Fi. So it's one of the things, guys, you got to kind of get used to. There's days that we have no problems with the Wi-Fi, and then there's days where it goes on for days and days and days where you have Wi-Fi issues. So it's all I can say is it's more fun in the Philippines, you know, and that's just the way it is, guys. But anyway, I did want to chat about that. But remember, guys, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and you have hotspot on your phone as a backup. So if you have a cell tower nearby and your Wi-Fi goes down, switch to your hotspot on your phone. I know a lot of the older guys, they're not tech savvy. They don't understand what hotspot means. Hotspot is on your phone. Your phone will give your computer Wi-Fi. My iPhone will give my computer Wi-Fi if something goes down because I have a little bit of a signal in my house so that I can get some data to work on my phone, and I can use the hotspot. Sometimes, it's not all the times. So I can use that as a third backup, God forbid something happens. Is it good for doing a live stream or something like that? No, it's not, unfortunately. But is it good for like watching movies sometimes? Yeah, sometimes it's okay. On your iPad, if I'm outside, I can watch a movie through the hotspot. I can talk to my sister. I can sometimes I can make phone calls on there. I can make phone calls through Magic Jack on there or what have you. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.